Okay, we're going to start with a worksheet that looks like this. There are 12 boxes that have a 1/2 inch grid. And this is brainstorming. Okay, you don't need to use a ruler or anything to draw on this just yet. We will on our final piece. Okay, these pages in the back, okay, are the project. Okay, you have 6 boxes, and this is to mimic what this will look like right here. Okay, so you can see that these are the boxes, and this person has the same thing with the boxes here. Okay, so what you're doing is you're creating a pattern, and in the beginning you're just experimenting to see what you can create and what you like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw on here so you can see what I mean, and I'm going to draw with a marker, but I probably would draw with a pencil to begin with because you might want to erase it. Okay, but a marker is going to be easier for you to see. So what you're doing with this is you can connect the points since you have a grid. So I can connect different points to create some type of design that I want to have in each of the boxes. So this could be an option. I could connect the boxes this way, and I could make diamonds, right? And I could even do some that went in the center. So we're just experimenting to see, you know, what would this look like? I could do maybe a curved line that goes up, one that goes back. You can see this kind of shape that I can make. And maybe I would want to have something else in here. Okay, what about if I connect from corner to corner, same thing over here, corner to corner, and I make kind of a rectangle that goes through this, and then I think this is kind of cool, where it looks like one is on top of the other. Maybe I want these little lines, okay, this direction. Instead of just drawing a straight line, what if I did a curved line? And I could make a curved box kind of this way. Okay, but that looks pretty neat. Maybe I want a little section over here. Okay, you could make this where it's not completely symmetrical. So like with this one, I could do 2 that go this way. And then maybe I do one maybe down here. And then maybe I do some lines up here. Okay. You can do lots of different things, but I'm taking the grid and I'm using it to make myself consistent, okay? By drawing from one point to the other, it's a lot easier to draw the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, what if I want, I could do maybe some pieces that ended up looking like these. I mean, once you drew them, you would have sections that point in. Even these where you have like a scallop, right? I could do the same thing on each one, but if I change this and I had the points go in here, then I would be able to make something that would kind of look like fish scales, right? Okay, so all kinds of things that you could do. Same thing with the pieces. If you were going to do something that maybe looks like bricks, okay, where you would have them in the center, these would be offset, and you can see how that would stack together. Okay, even from corner to corner, if I was drawing something. Okay, I could do something from the center. Okay, and you know, create something like that. What else? Okay, this is a fun. What if I went diagonally? Okay, and so I'm connecting, you know, every 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through this one and through this one. and then through this one, and through this one, and so I create something that looks like this, okay? And let's think of one more. What if I did some pieces this way, so I end up having, this one's maybe a little too round, but that's why this is a rough draft, right? Maybe I would end up going out like that. Okay, so you can see all these different things that you can make. You're experimenting, okay? Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. You just need to ask yourself, what if? What if I connected this line? What if I drew from this corner to this corner? Okay, what would it look like? Okay, you just ask yourself, what if? Make sure you were watching up here, guys. Okay, so you see those. So now what we're gonna do is, from this section, and really the boxes can be cut this direction, okay, this orientation where the lid comes off this way, or, okay, I need all eyes up here, guys. They can be cut this direction where you have like a piece come up the top this way. So it's kind of up to you on what you want and where you want to cut. But you can see this darker line here. Okay, this is to help you kind of see that this is a box and this is a box, this is a box. Okay, so you're not as confused on what's going on. But look how cool this is when you actually multiply all these out and see what happens to them. Let's do, I'm interested to see like what this one looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and draw all of these on here. The neat thing about this is it is one direction. What if I turned it and I put it this direction next time? Okay, you could rotate these, but it has to be the exact same thing in each box every time. Rotation, it's okay if it's rotated, but you can see how this would change how things look. Okay, if I was drawing this, okay, and this kind of like pattern, these things are everywhere. I mean, absolutely everywhere. You just don't recognize that they are. Okay, so I went like back and forth, so I'm going to have these go back in. And then look how different this looks when you've multiplied this into all of those like 6 boxes. The design that it actually makes. Okay, and it would be a different design if it was all the same direction, but kind of look at these. You have like this one is this one right here. Okay, so you can see how that is multiplied. You can see like this one right here. This one was different, but once you multiply that out, look at the like neat kind of shapes, like these little shield kind of shapes that those make. What else? This one was very similar to like this one, but this one I didn't rotate at all. I just stacked them, you know what I mean, right on top. So if I were to rotate these would probably look a lot different, or if I were to flip them. So it's kind of up to you on what you want to try, but there are so many options to this that it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to show you this one real quick, and then we will give this a shot. A second. Whoops, and I went the wrong way, which is why marker could be bad. Okay, so I have these pieces here, but then I could flip this over and I could do the same thing here. And look how different this becomes. Okay, it makes this cool piece in the center. Okay, so I'm just going real quick so you can see what that would look like, but that is the exact same thing in each box, okay, but flipped, and this one is not. Okay, this is the exact same orientation that it was. Okay, so there are lots of things that you can do. The people who have the best luck with this are the ones who experiment the most. Okay, they try lots of different things and see what's actually out there. And, you know, you never know until you go on this sheet and you multiply this out to see what it's going to look like. What's nice about this is it makes a seamless design. So if you look, no matter what you were doing, if you look at this pot, okay, let's pull this up. Okay, the pattern continues all the way through the corner to the next side. Okay, so same thing like on the top, like the pattern is seamless, okay, which makes this look much more difficult than it actually is. Okay, it's not as hard as it looks, but if you were to show somebody this once you carved it, I think they would think it was a lot more difficult. Okay, so this is where we're gonna head for now. You should complete all of the boxes on the front and both pages. So you would have 4 complete designs here. Okay, our goal is not to be the first one done. Our goal is to come up with a neat design.